to help him. It's just a matter of timing. Ooh, gap on the smoke. Elige, if he peeks into that, yeah, he's going to get caught by exertion. I don't missed smoke.
Yeah, I don't know if he tried to line it up and missed, or if he free-handed it and it got caught on a wall. But that is the round right there. So that is an error that gets amplified, of course, by somebody waiting for any kind of mistake to come through. An opportunity for MOUZ Sports and a clean close. And I feel like there are a little bit of there's some sticky hands going on right now when it comes to getting rid of utility. Nitro, when he was up on coffins, didn't want to shoot his Molotov off too early, and then when it was too late, he let people through. If he did throw it in a little bit earlier, he could have had a better rotation into the site, could have had supporting flashes from CT spawn. And sometimes when you're not feeling super loose, then you're not going to be in tune with when you should just get rid of your grenades. And right now, MOUZ are doing a good job of punishing them when they're holding too long. And in this spot, when they're just straight up missing. And now more CTs die in the post.
Both players. JDC gets them again, just like he did that one time in CT spawn. He just cleared out the op as well. Yo, Liquid just took a drop kick to the chest at the end of that, as they're going to just go spiraling back into the pistols.
Yeah, it was a nice lineup from Torji, just waiting for that spam to come through. Superb. And we looked at MOUZ playing against Outsiders on Inferno, and it was a really, really one-sided game. But it was also a map that, with Outsiders, we don't know exactly where the map pool is right now. They're barely playing anything.
Yeah.
And it's their one loss on Inferno, so we don't know if they're going to, in the future, try to avoid it, work on it, or whatever. It's kind of a weird way to measure how good or how bad the map was for MOUZ. When I think it was like a 16-6 game. But we do know they're comfortable still. But this should not be a pain point for Team Liquid. They, of course, are quite happy here.
Not only getting these exit kills, but 11 and 2. Right from the pistol, when he's able to get himself up through the apartments, we get his impact.
Last Inferno, he's top of the board as well.
He was also the Colex player to watch. Dinko just kind of alluding to his impact and whether or not it could continue here into the Legend stage. Well, the first 7 rounds have his name written all across them. Singular M4 here for Yakinder. Never even got a chance to shoot back. Last round won't here either. Frozen, insta headshot as he comes around the corner. Elige is up next, and that Desert Eagle damage still not enough. Frozen with the 2K can walk away from what is this half buy from Liquid. Maybe they let NAF go unchecked, but not even. JDC Cerebral turns and gets him. And now as Nitro just tries to peel back with that A1S, MOUZ will find an open A site for the 7 rounds straight.
Yeah, John is frying right now with the cleanliness of the kills. Open sites getting picked, and MOUZ out of Challengers had one of the best T sides to talk about, which was really cool because almost everybody else in the game is struggling on their T sides. What's interesting on Inferno, they have 58% win rate on T side and just under 50 in the last 2 maps on CT. So they're getting way more of their rounds on the attack. Team Liquid must be feeling pretty shattered right now. When Elige did his interview with James just now, I heard a lot of conviction in his voice, a lot of confidence, feeling very good about the boot camp. So they said their map pool is feeling solid. They respect MOUZ, but they already have a 2-0 win over them.
Recent as well.
Recent as well. So there's no reason why Liquid would come into this match thinking, oh, this is going to be a one-sided game or that we'll even lose. They probably feel very good, especially getting Inferno in the first place. But they are waking up to a very fresh-faced MOUZ. And I'm not going to say Liquid are playing their best right now. We've seen some crucial errors, I think, in the setups. Overly passive, a little bit too gambly, bit of weird decision-making on an individual level in those couple of Nitro rounds. The missed smoke from Elige. That might be a few too many mistakes to be able to stomach versus a MOUZ who feel good and look good at the same time. Yeah, it's double whammy of, you know, some of Liquid's individual moments not looking too hot, and then just, you know, strategic placements. Yeah, even that demo kill from Torzi, I mean, he holds on to that car peek from Yakinder, punishes it straight off. And whenever you get killed like that, it'll just make you think about everything that you're doing in the future. How much do they know about me? Yeah. They read my book? Who am I? Why did I write that book? What can I do to change things? That's what Team Liquid need, an absolute shift into what would be their first gear. Engine sputtering at the moment.
Meanwhile, MOUZ have rolled up in the Ferrari. 7-0 straight. Frozen gets ahead of the smoke. We've got that 3-player Liquid set up to Banana yet again. And they're going to continue to pressure this. They haven't shied away from it. They've just not been successful in getting kills because Frozen is simply sharper. Back-to-back 2Ks from him. He tries to chase down OC. That's 3 from Frozen. And now he's going to follow through. JDC's been taking all his kills, and Frozen single-handedly dismantles what is another emphasis on this B site. Team Liquid cannot stop them, cannot stomach this. Alige, his 2nd kill of the map, as he at least puts down Dexter in that bomb, but all it's gonna do is piss off Frozen. He's gonna come deeper onto Tree, hunting the ace. He'll be stopped by NAF, but still 4 substantial kills, and what will be another freebie. Bomb gone to A. NAF, you may save, but that is all that you will find here.
Yeah, you've just been lured into a site that's open so that you can stay there. That is such an unreal round from Frozen. The Prince of Banana with that one. That was just Shades of Freiburg all the way through. So beautifully done. Played that entire situation to perfection with all of his peaks, and even the op that re-aggressed, he made sure to shoulder on a tighter angle close up to make sure that OC realized that he was being waited for the entire time. It definitely affected his aim. That was disgusting. It's simple as just smoking the molly, waiting for a window flash, swinging with it, taking the first tool so fast that you have time to deny the refrag as well. And I think the goal there for MOUZ is to get a kill and hide, or get a kill and do some damage, but not for Frozen to win Banana entirely by himself. And that is the other crazy part about MOUZ. You know, they're missing Shane, they're missing Shuhei, but if Frozen is the guy instead of Shane, for example, Frozen is still the best player on the team, right? So Frozen is still the best player on the team. He's still one of the best young talents in the world, period. And so it is an enormous boon to that core from MOUZ NXT to have a player like him fragging as hard as he does.
No slight to Shane. No one was going to replace Frozen. Yeah. You know, that's the piece that got kept. And then Dexter was the question, just because Shuhei is a bit unknown. And we know Dexter has done great things building teams and bringing them to the international stage. It was the safer bet. It is still working. Meanwhile, shout out Shuhei and Gamer Legion. Hell of a run. Came up short. Yeah, now they'll have to watch their ex-teammates go on.
Yeah, Dexter is definitely doing a good job. I mean, again, like I think earlier this year, it didn't really look like the calling was that great, but at this challenger stage, having a great T side it just cannot be understated. That is one of the hardest things to do right now, and MOUZ are doing that.
Here we go. Not facing MOUZ with bodies, but rather just some util at the top of Banana. MOUZ was curious to see if they'd be too timid to push through, and damn, Team Liquid look like a shell of themselves in these rounds. Now just allowing MOUZ a ton of space.
They look scared. They look like they're playing. They look like they are the underdogs. They're clearly not playing as well as they seem to say they have been in their scrims and practice leading up to this. And I imagine they're probably a little tilted too. 8-0 on day one.
Not where they hoped they'd be when they flew into Rio. Life comes at you fast. OC, no op. Gonna have to see his rifle work in the face of his competitor. Torzi's gonna round that corner. Oh, right through those pallets. OC smashed. And now the setup on this A site, it's gonna be NAF down in the pit, Alige in the corner. Support from Team Liquid just kind of slowly crawling into CT spawn. It feels like the 2 members in the site are going to be left to do their thing. Either this 2v5 can happen within the A site, or it is a 9th for MOUZ. And as the utility reigns forward, Alige pressured, NAF delivers, sees one at a distance, and Alige also puts one down but gets pinched in by Exertion. And with 4 seconds left, that Team Liquid hold is just simply not enough. They could chance the retake if they feel as though this score has too far gone. A nade destined for somebody, and a missed shot from Torzi could be that invitation. You know Yakinder's just frothing at the idea of getting around on the scoreboard, but he's held off by another smoke, and so Nitro needs to creep in. The nade has found its target, but Torzi's still up, and Nitro doesn't see the way to unravel this ball.
Yeah,
so
they don't have a...
It's gone.
Yeah, they have a kid on
They
Yakinder, but just 2v3, and the smoke and flash will just be kept in hand. Beautiful frag from forze on the wrap. I mean, the composure on the splits is absolutely excellent from MOUZ Sports. They move slowly, but when they turn that corner in 18 seconds, there are teams where I feel like, oh, you're a little bit behind on time. When I'm looking at MOUZ Sports right now, I feel like they can see how all of those 10 seconds are going to be spent right before the bomb gets planted safely, and the two CTs are at their maximum disadvantage in their angles with the ability to trade from two different sides, and we can see that take place right now. And they actually were able to walk all of their splitting players through arch, through lane, and out of halls as well to make that as difficult as possible for Liquid to telegraph. Liquid need to protect arch.
Something different, Liquid not going to sit in the site, but instead throw all A players, barring Yakinder on arch, into the apartments. This is a throwback to another round where Nitro's going to be left on his own, and unfortunately for him, MOUZ are coming to sniff out top banana.
Yeah. This is quite an interesting setup. It's countered by not working map control, so if MOUZ are going to just explode on one side or the other, then this is a real problem because you're very far away from the action. And right now, MOUZ are causing some distractions. And the tough part for Liquid is because they don't have any vision on banana, they don't know if MOUZ are about to commit or not. So they're forced to blindly rotate again. And luckily for them, because they kept two in apartments, they're not totally weak on A. They're still close. They can peek out boiler. They can have the long hauls exit. And it might be hard to read that there's two players here. But it looks like they might be avoided entirely, as most of the players are execing on B right now. But the bomb is actually coming back. Okay, so this is where the keeping Hall's presence actually could pay off.
Let's see if they can hang on. They'll see if they can stop JDC from getting through apartments. If he kills OC, then the boiler pressure could unravel. And JDC, cautious as ever, catches a little skin. OC still sitting here, and it's a Liege instead that gets stuffed. OC's gonna fall back on Balk. Yakinder, there it is. Something for Liquid finally. And Frozen will succeed in dropping one at B. Forces forze forward, swaps to the AK. Yakinder, killer instinct, comes out wide, can't catch a fourth. JDC has done it yet again. NAF's close enough to stop this. JDC's going for the plant. NAF a little slow. Ooh, but he gets it. That bomb's gone down and Frozen has 16 health, but if he comes out apps, that could have been his only chance. He decides to concede it, and ladies and gentlemen, Team Liquid's first round win.
Listen, it looks a little bit scary, but it's actually quite a nice round from Team Liquid because they start out with the Hall's control. It ends up paying off later on. They even have the freedom to rotate out as they overstacked it with 3 players, and they left to go respond to some of the audibles that were being called on B. And that shows you this limit pushed to its absolute limit, or this setup pushed to its absolute limits, and it still worked out. There's still time for Yakinder to get back into place. MOUZ felt uncomfortable even after they had killed those Hall players to figuring out what the rest of the setup was. And this was with Liquid losing their first player at the bottom of Boiler, who I thought was going to be a critical part of the engagement. So really nice round from Yakinder, of course, but an interesting idea and a setup that I haven't seen Liquid use too often, if ever.
Something fresh from the boot camp. Here we have something we have seen before. Yakinder dropped out of that one. There's a chance, of course, for Liege to try and chase that, but you'd think with Yakinder going heroic mode in the last round, and that being the only thing that saved them, somebody else needs to use that as their inspiration. And OC, dude, Exertion comes around the corner with the insta-dink. OC never even gets a damn chance to shoot back. NAF inside of the pit, very much stranded, and he just gets gunned down by JDC. This could not be easier for MOUZ. Jesus. They're gonna take a 10th, and Team Liquid looking like chumps.
Yeah, they really are. OC is getting bodied at the top of mid. It's reminding me of the game we saw with Liquid and Cloud9, where Cloud9, no, not one of the fastest teams in the world, but for whatever reason, we're really doing an excellent job of targeting OC, either holding brackets, holding lane, opping, rifling, whatever it was. And it felt like the early portions of the round were dedicated to just trying to rush him down. It definitely feels like it's not one of the most comfortable spots for OC. There was nothing wrong about the way he played off the pillar, but the comfort out of players like Exertion, especially on these T sides, is apparent.
They're going to fight every step of the way. No reason not to just go it down, take every single weapon away from Liquid, shove them back down into the economic dumps that they've been struggling from this entire map.
Yeah, on the bright side, one round is good, but they've shown no comfort in taking deep banana control. When they have, they got totally picked apart, either by Frozen, either by forze, or another rifler. I mean, it's been no problem on that half of the map, and you can't play Inferno with one half of the map. Banana is the most important part of the map, period. So you can supplant, or you can kind of how should you say, compensate for lacking banana control with other things like the Halls play, but you can't do it every time.
Little alt mid push here from Pistols. JDC's got a nice piece of cover in the doorway. If that was meant to inspire Team Liquid and the chance of a, low buy win, no, deleted. As every other round essentially has been. Damn, MOUZ going to be turning some heads in the opening map of the Legends stage, which I think, coming off of such a dominant showing inside of Challengers, this is the perfect start for them.
Yeah.
Just continue forward, right? Because I'm sure as there are doubters around us, there's also doubters in their own mind in the sense that, like, oh, we dispatched of our caliber quickly. Can we go ahead and take down what's supposed to be the incoming Legends? And Team Liquid, we're talking about a Cologne Finals.
Yeah, it was a big result to make it all the way to Cologne Finals. I've heard a couple of people, Pim, Yanko, they didn't feel convinced.
Okay.
And I was surprised because I think I was. I thought they actually did look really good. I think there were players, for example, like Yakinder, who I put in a tier and caliber of player literally up with Simple right now, Shiro in the Challenger stage, Zaiwu overall, that can win a game almost single-handedly. I say almost because we look at Shiro in his first 2 matches. With like about 60 to 70 kills over 2 maps, and he still lost, so it's possible to lose. But Yakinder, being the best opener in the world, even if he gets nearly as many kills, as Shiro did in any of those games, around 30, they are the most impactful kills possible. There are a lot of opening duels, which most teams at this level are converting 70 to 80% of the rounds to get the opening kill. So in some ways, Yakinder is the best rifler on the planet, just straight up in terms of impact, and his dead-on impact rating shows that. And that can be why someone might say, well, I don't think the team's that good. I do think Yakinder is. I think it's certainly both, but yeah, maybe it's inflated.
Right now he's middle of the pack alongside all the other members of Team Liquid. This isn't a collapse from 1 or 2, but simply an outclass from the opposite 5. MOUZ will lose a player towards the top of Banana. Frozen's done such a good job of being the jackknife in this situation. Doesn't matter what or who Team Liquid throw his way, it's constant on the headshots. And there's a possibility of a follow-through here. Dexter at the helm. Smokes both ways. He gets ahead of one, sees a player back in quad, and that's Nitro, looking to deliver anything, but he gets bested by the opposite IGL. Elige comes through from Coffins, and he will at least find those 2 off of the flash from Yakinder, an assist that seemed needed. Torzi, bomb in hand, missed shot. Yakinder's come out, and finally a chance maybe for Team Liquid's second, unless JDC, who has very quietly, silently climbed up that scoreboard, sees Yakinder, topples him first, and now all he has to do is find Nap in these final 30 seconds. Oh, but he didn't see him. Maybe 4-3. Nap slides out, no response from JDC, and we've got Team Liquid, but it's only a second round.
Yeah, it's a second round, so whatever, they'll still take it. I think Liquid still believe they can get back into the game. They, of course, have to prove it, but in terms of just winning in the late round, if it's not 13-2 scoreline, which it still could potentially be, I think there will still be hope alive for them. However, it's a very competitive round still. MOUZ come out with an excellent tactic to double swing OC on the off angle, so OC can get maximum 1. He can't get pre-fired by Torzi like he did in the previous rounds, but he can't escape if the second guy gets out. And there's that sliver angle. Torzi taking it one more time. OC on that off angle again. Will he back up into Torzi? That's the question. We are working on the finest margins right now.
Oh, Frozen.
No, that he has to dodge a flash and Frozen swings off it. OC really doesn't even have a chance to shoot back, man.
Dude, Frozen cannot be stopped.
He tried to copy and paste that same angle. OC has been getting countered almost every single round.
And yet, wildly enough, tied with Yakinder as the top fraggers of Liquid. I say top fraggers, but I think they're all kind of mid at the moment.
I don't expect to see this performance coming through in the next. Oh, Jesus Christ!
And that's sick because there's no tracers.
Yeah.
That's just exertion getting the better of Nap. Frozen sticks around and feasts on Yakinder. But again, Team Liquid chasing something that's simply not there. Torzi will hold flank, A-site plant goes down, and unless Team Liquid have fixated half of their boot camp onto the T side of Inferno, this one seems so incredibly unlikely.
Yeah, they're getting pieced up on opening duels. Round after round, Liquid, their position falls apart so quickly they have no chance to even think about how to play a mid-round. It's not even like that at all. Just lose half of the map, lose control of it. Usually the bomb goes down with a man advantage for MOUZ Sports. It's almost never been a situation where MOUZ are planting 2vx because they snuck their way into a site and they put the bomb down. As soon as MOUZ plant, usually they've already won, which is an unbelievable thing to say. And now we are, a potential for a 13-2 half here for MOUZ Sports, even with the crowd on Liquid's side. And JDC, man, the 18 frags. He has been doing incredible work here on back-to-back Inferno performances off the Challenger stage.
Holding it. Easy angle for Exertion. Final buy coming out of Team Liquid, looking for, again, a 3-12 half.
Yeah.
Wild scenes, man. Torzi really hasn't even had a chance to shoot too much. We look at the other stars right now of JDC, Frozen, and Exertion, all shining within this first half of Map 1. Map 1 in the sense that the Legends has begun today. MOUZ not going to skip a beat. A week of warm-up on this stage in front of this crowd. I think it's safe to say they have found their groove. They are in the zone. They're about to push past with yet another. Exertion reacts, turns, sees the barrel of OC, knows there's a two-player setup here. They're going to poke each other through the wall. JDC just electrically slides through that mid setup. Look how it quickly scrambles what was the apartment's hold back into the pit. Team Liquid are just hoping to hold on for dear life. And Exertion, with the killer instinct, continues to keep it close.
He's trying to catch the rotation back in the site, but JDC, NAVI's in pit.
That's something. Something of a hold. Push out from Yakinder. JDC's point blank. OC in the pocket, just trying to minimize himself, but a missed shot certainly won't help. Frozen flies through. Nitro, all that's left over in what he has made into a 1 versus 2. They pause for a moment, put down that smoke, which has been this just ominous presence every single time we've seen Team Liquid try to come to this A site for the retake. They're constantly diverted back around towards short, and then MOUZ just give them nothing. Nobody to shoot at, no information in position, and Nitro's gonna have to walk in and play this one blind. All three players around that 30 health mark. It's gonna come down to the wire as bombs beyond the halfway point. Hopes of Nitro seeming slim, looks back sight, shows himself, and Frozen one. Only 3 rounds away from victory with the CT side of Inferno in front of them. It seems like it could be a quick day in the office for MOUZ.
There are closer than they appear 13-2 leads. This is not one of them. MOUZ definitely earned it every step of the way. See if they can complete the map.
Exertion gonna pop nap. Elish comes through with the double Glock rock. That's at least something for Team Liquid. A post plant, perhaps. Sure enough, locked in. It's gonna need to be a miraculous run in this second half. Pistol alleviates that little bit of pressure, gives us a chance to at least feel out Team Liquid, because we'd be going into tomorrow with no knowledge as to what they have to offer. But in this post plant, 2 more go down. It needs to be the ace, and Elish will get dropped by Frozen, who's so fast on that flank. 21 kills and a 14-2.
Yeah, 14-2. You got to think that that was Liquid's real last chance here. It's going to be a force. It's going to be a force after that. And Liquid, if they didn't believe they were going to lose this map, I think that is becoming very real in their minds now. With this locked in, it's got to feel good if you're MOUZ Sports. Coming into the new stage, everyone playing so damn well. And this is just a high contrast match where it is clearly MOUZ doing such amazing things when they clearly have dry run so much. Their spacing and composure on their splits, being able to walk down time and still not look like they were rushed or desperate in any situation, and then Liquid making tons of mistakes, OC getting countered constantly, not being able to control Banana, I think, a single time in that half. I think Liquid, they deserve to have 2 rounds in this game, unfortunately.
Hey, man, keep it real. I think this is really cool for the storylines of, like, this argument that always happens from Challenger stage to Legends, that being here a week early, getting accustomed to the environment, winning games as well. It looks great. It looks fantastic on Torzi. 4 kills with the A1S. JDC is going to get those last 2. It's a full house on the arch side for MOUZ, and an empty cathedral for Team Liquid, dude. It's silent on their side of the camp.
Yeah, and it's always loud, but this is the lowest loud. That's the lowest loud. That's the best we could say. It's still louder than most places in events of this caliber, but the drummers are definitely chilling out at this moment. There it is. Last attempt, all on pistols. Even on that last round, man, they just ran into an arch setup with a crossfire, waiting for that exact play to come their way. Liquid getting read as easily as a picture book right now.
No reason for MOUZ to let off the pedal. Massive margin of error for them. Confidence boiling over, spilling onto Team Liquid and burning them, because this is absolutely going to leave a mark on the confidence. Scorched earth for Team Liquid as they try to get into that A site. It's Nitro at the forefront. We've got some tidbits of utility. They're just going to have to try their best to buck through, but JDC will go down empty-handed. It's Torji in the bomb site, 2 kills made easy, a 4 versus 2, and this result leaves the North American hopes whimpering. And MOUZ, I said it once, I'll say it again, the embodiment of momentum. That 3-0, no fluke. And the result of it is a total blowout to start this Legend stage. We thought these games were going to be action-packed every step of the way, but all of the action here at the start